Hey, what's going on, sports car fans? It's Ray from Philly here, and welcome to episode number 8 of Sports Car Talk. I'm joined by my co-host here, Mike from This Baseball Car Life. How's it going, Mike?
It's going great.
Well, if you saw a couple episodes ago, we did a milestone episode on players, on hitters, basically trying to get to either 500 homers or 3,000 hits. Tonight we're doing a little bit of a change of pace here. We're going with the pitchers. So this was a little bit of a tough episode to try and figure, a tough list to try and figure out. Pitchers today are really not going to go for 300 wins because the game is really different from when it years ago. It was a lot easier for pitchers to get 300 wins. Pitchers aren't playing 9 or 8 innings anymore. They're on a 100 pitch count. So I tried to figure maybe 250 wins, but even that was kind of tough. So we kind of made it just a generalized 200 to 250 win list. We also came up with a list for 3,000 strikeouts, which is a lot more easier than getting to 200 and 250 wins. So we're going to go through the potential players to get to 200 and 250 wins and 3,000 strikeouts, and also show you their rookie card to get. So
Yeah.
this is really going to be cool. I'm ready to do this when you are, Mike.
All right, this is great. So we're doing 10 players for the 200 to 250 win list, and then 10 players for the potential 3,000 strikeouts.
Right.
So we'll start with the wins list, and we'll start with Mr. Clayton Kershaw. So this is a slide that I made with the rookie card to get, which is the 2008 Topps update and highlights card. And he's currently 32 years old, has 12 seasons in the major leagues, currently has 169 wins, and is on pace to get 281 wins.
Yeah, he's probably the best shot of all the current pitchers to maybe get 300 wins um, if he stays healthy, which he's had some nagging injuries in his career. But yeah, he definitely is on pace for that 200 to 250 win list for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All he really needs is to average maybe 14, 15 wins a season, maybe even a little less than that, and he might have a shot. But 281 is phenomenal in this day and age.
Yeah, that was my next question for you, Ray. Like, how did you get this number 281?
Well, I just looked at his career and his 12 years and looked at what he's averaged, and based on his age and his injury history,
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought he was averaging a little bit higher than that, but I took off wear and tear on his body.
Mm-hmm.
I took off 1 or 2 wins for that, and barring any injuries, possibly two, especially when he gets to maybe 35 plus. So
Okay.
if he stayed with the average, he should get the 300 wins, but you never know with pitchers.
Okay. So if he pitched till he was 40, he could get 300 possibly.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's great. So this is the first guy on the list. So the next guy is Justin Verlander, and the rookie card to get is his 2005 Topps regular base card, flagship card. It's a great card. So,
It is a great card, yeah.
yep, he's a little bit older than Clayton Kershaw at 37 years old. Has played 15 seasons, has 225 current wins, and is on pace to have 255.
Yeah, he's a great pitcher. He's already, whether he gets to that milestone, to the amount of wins or not, he's still going to get in the Hall of Fame. 4 no-hitters. He's joined an elite club with Sandy Koufax and Nolan Ryan. But this is a great card to get. I mean, I'm glad it's not like an update card or
Yeah, I mean,
some sort of autograph card. It's a base Topps card, and it looks good too.
yeah, yeah. You can even just buy a straight up like factory set from 2005 and get one. So
Yeah,
it's quite affordable.
yeah,
All right. Next on the list is Rick Porcello, and this is his 2009 Topps card,
yeah.
and he's 31, has 11 major league seasons, has 149 current wins, and is on pace for 257.
This was my biggest shock of my whole list. When I saw how many wins he had at his age,
Yeah.
149 wins, I thought he was maybe 34 or 35, but he's only
Hmm.
31 years old. And, he did win a Cy Young Award with the Boston Red Sox a couple years ago, so he's no slouch. And this is a guy under the radar that, he won a Cy Young too. And this guy, nobody talks about Rick Porcello. Uh, he just piles up a lot of wins right now. And it's, again, another nice base tops card in 2009.
Yep. Number 4 on the list is Jon Lester, and this is his 2006 Bowman Chrome card. And he's 36 years old, 14 major league seasons, currently has 190 wins, and is on pace for 244. So,
Yeah, this guy's had a very nice career, a really nice career. He's consistent every year. I think this is about right where he's going to hit, is about 240 wins. So whether or not that gets him to the Hall of Fame, I don't know. But I do think they're going to be changing a lot of the potential stats of what pitchers are going to need in this modern era for what they're going to have to get into the Hall of Fame. But 244 wins in this day and age, that's nothing to sneeze at.
no, not at all. Next up is Max Scherzer. This is his 2008 Topps Update and Highlights card. And he's 35 years old, 12 major league seasons, currently has 170 wins, is on pace for 240.
Yeah, he's a throwback, this pitcher. We're talked about pitchers that don't go 8, 9 innings anymore. He's probably the last of the Mohicans. He's like the last of the pitchers out there that wants the ball and you can't take him out of the game. So he's another, and he doesn't really get injured. He's strong. I think he probably could get more than 240 wins. I can't see this guy retiring at 39 or 40 years old because he stays in good shape and he pitches more than the current pitchers do today. So expect, I think, that on pace 240 to be a little bit more.
Yeah. You think he could transfer into like a reliever role, when he gets older, or is he just a straight up starter?
He's a straight up starter. He's a horse. This guy, the last pitcher that we've had that pitched like him was Roy Halladay, who you couldn't take out of the ball game. You couldn't take the ball out of his hands. Scherzer's just like that. He's in the same mold of like a Roy Halladay type. And he's consistent. He gets a lot of wins, and he plays for a good team too, which is important to get the wins.
All right, number 6 on the list is Zach Greinke. And this is his 2002 Bowman Chrome rookie card to get. And he's 36 years old with 16 seasons in the major leagues. Currently has 205 wins and is on pace for 241.
Yeah, I was a little surprised at how many wins he has currently. He has over 205 wins, which is a lot. And he did win a Cy Young Award, I think, with the Kansas City Royals, if I'm not mistaken. And he's been a consistent pitcher too. And he doesn't get a lot of injuries, and that's the whole thing with pitchers, and he doesn't do that. And that 2002 Bowman Chrome, really nice card. There's another pitcher on our list, and the 3,000 strikeout list is in the same set as this card.
Yeah, nice card. It was hard to find a good copy of it.
This card is you rarely see this card out there.
Yeah.
In any grade. There's just not a lot of these cards graded out there, and I think once people start to see his numbers going up and up, like 210, 220, they're gonna be like, oh, Zach Greinke, and then you're gonna start to see the pop go up. But every time I try and look for this card, you hardly ever see it.
All right, number 7 is Garrett Cole. He has 7 major league seasons in the books. He has 94 wins and is on pace for 228. So he's 29 years old.
Yeah, that's a lot of wins for only 7 seasons. I mean, 29 is not that young, but 7 seasons, 94 wins, and it helps being with the Yankees now is going to help him out. It's going to help him out a lot.
Absolutely.
He's with a team that he can give up 4 runs in the game and he's still going to win the game. So, again, health issues is going to be the main issue for him. And I think he's added another pitch a couple years ago. He's changed his mechanics and became an even better pitcher. And you saw that with Houston. And now he's with the Yankees, which is an offensive juggernaut. So I like this card. It's a side view card. 2013 Topps Update, yellow hat. You can get this card in a Gem Mint 10 for under $100 right now. I mean, probably $50, $60 range, which I think is a steal.
Yeah, it's a great set. I think it has Nolan Arenado and a few other great rookies in it too.
Yeah,
So,
Kristen Yelich.
yep.
Yeah.
I did. All right, number 8 is Madison Bumgarner. So he's 30 years old, has 11 major league seasons, currently has 119 wins, and is on pace for 214 wins.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised at his age. I thought he was a lot older than 30 years old, but being only 30 years old, that's why I put him on this list. 119 wins is not a tremendous amount of wins right now, but again, he's only 30 years old. So, and he doesn't overthrow hard. He had an injury, but it wasn't for pitching. It was during the off season where he was riding some sort of vehicle or something and he got hurt and missed like 2/3 of the season. But he doesn't throw hard enough that he's going to pull any elbows or rotator cuff type of injury. So I like his pitching mechanics, and this card's really cool too. Again, it's just another base tops card that looks great.
All right, number 9 on the list is David Price. So he's 34 years old, has 12 major league seasons, currently has 150 wins, and is on pace for 212. So
This is the guy I liked the least on my list because of his age, being 34 years old. He is kind of up there with 150 wins. 150 wins would have been good if he was like 32 maybe. But and then again with this season, what's happening this year is it's going to hurt a lot of these guys too, climbing up for totaling stats. But I don't think he'll get to 250 wins, but I could see him getting in the low 200s. And again, another 2009 base tops card, just a nice design too, and it's again an affordable card at a Gem Mint 10.
all right, the last potential 200 to 250 win guy is Steven Strasburg. He's 31 years old, has 10 seasons in the books. Current wins 112, and is on pace for 212. You picked the 2000 Topps Chrome as the rookie card to get.
Yeah, this guy I think is one of the best pitchers in the game today, and that on pace for 212. I really had him for higher than that, but he's had a history of injuries.
Yeah.
So what's going to be the big thing for him is if he could stay healthy. I mean, he could pull out a string of 20-win seasons, which is rare today to have a pitcher have 20-win seasons. So if he could stay healthy, I could see him getting 250 easily. But again, I took into consideration his injury history, so I took off a few wins and had him with about 212. He'll probably get more than that, though.
Yeah, with him getting injured, what is his first or second year in the season or his career, I was really, scared that he wasn't going to be that great of a, have a great career, and he's really turned it around and surprised me, and I'm sure a lot of other people in baseball. So
yeah,
and he's also on a great team, can give him a lot of run support. So
yeah,
a big plus.
Yeah, even though they lost Anthony Rendon, they're still, they have Trey Turner, they have Juan Soto, and they're still stacked. They're not going anywhere.
Robles, yep.
Victor Robles. Yeah.
Yep. So I looked it up, and there's currently 24 pitchers in the history of baseball with 300 or more wins. I think the only active member of that list is Justin Verlander, because CC just retired. So this would be an incredible if any of these guys could even get close to 300 wins.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's going to be a really tough feat, and to get the 300 wins, in the 80s, every year somebody was reaching 300 wins because, like I said, the pitchers pitch longer. But if you have somebody get to that in today's game, that's going to be a huge feat.
Yeah. So, well, how about we move on to the potential 3,000 strikeout list? And again, we have a list of 10 players. And the first guy on the list is Clayton Kershaw again.
Yeah, a lot of the same guys.
A lot of the same guys on both lists. So,
well, I think we talked before we started the show about wins kind of being I think it's kind of leaning towards an overrated stat now because pitchers, like I said, they're not pitching 8 and 9 innings anymore. And they're only going 6 or 7 innings based on their pitch count. And so it's going to be more of an individual performance, strikeouts per 9 innings, whip, that kind of thing. So I think this is going to be looked at a little bit more for guys to get in the Hall of Fame than the wins. I mean, you had guys like
Yeah.
DeGrom winning the Cy Young a couple years ago with 10 or 11 wins. So 20
Yeah.
win seasons are done. I mean, it's not done, but not as
Pretty
not
much
happening
done.
as
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty much done. So the strikeouts are thing, and Kershaw averages a lot of strikeouts. He's got 2,464 strikeouts. He's only 32 years old, so he's not only going to get 3,000. I have him at 4,000 again if he stays healthy.
Yep. With the way the game is, a lot of either home run or strikeout. I mean, and he's a great pitcher. So it's
Yeah, that's a
incredible.
good point. That's a
Yeah.
very good point that you just made. That
Yeah.
the hitters today are swinging for the fences more. They're not concerned as much with hitting 350 rather than hitting 20 plus homers. And the pitchers are throwing harder today. So a combination of pitchers throwing harder and hitters aiming for the fences more, the strikeouts are going up.
Yeah. So again, the card to get is the same, and what Kershaw currently has 2,464 strikeouts, and you've
That's
got
a
him on
lot.
pace for 4,106.
Yep.
So I don't know what that's on the list. I know it's below Nolan Ryan, but it's up there definitely.
Yeah, there's only like I think there's just Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, and Steve Carlton are the only four pitchers that have over 4,000. That's an elite company.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see who else is on the list here. Is Max Scherzer again, and he currently has 2,692 strikeouts and is on pace for 3,768. So that's
Yeah.
Hall of Fame worthy for sure.
Yeah, and he's had a couple. I think he's had one, maybe two, 300 strikeout seasons, which used to see back in the 70s and 80s with guys like Nolan Ryan and Steve Carlton, and you just don't see that anymore. And this guy is a throwback. He'll throw high 200 strikeouts like 270, 280, and even top at 300. And that 2008 Topps Update highlights card, that card's going like this, and it's kind of going up and down. And I highly recommend getting this rookie card before it goes up any higher. I mean, I think he's actually on on pace for 4,000 strikeouts, just like Kershaw. I think he really has a really good shot at getting to that milestone. He's closing in on 3,000 already.
All right, let's keep moving. The next guy on the list is Chris Sale, and a different pitcher this time. And he was 31 years old, has 10 major league seasons in the books, currently has 2,007 strikeouts, is on pace for 3,612. And you picked the rookie card to get being the 2011 Topps Chrome card.
Right. Or you can get the 2011 Topps, which both cards are great, but look at the strikeouts he currently has. 2,000 strikeouts, and he's only 31.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have him in the wins list, because he just doesn't get a lot of wins, but he's a pure strikeout pitcher, and he's got well over 3,000 strikeouts. And I love that card, 2011 Topps Chrome, and that again is also before a lot of people are buying the paper Topps, which you can get for like 20, $30 and for a 10.
All right, let's keep moving here. The next guy on the list is Cole Hamels. He's 36 years old, 14 seasons in the major leagues. Currently has 2,558 strikeouts and is on pace for 3,288. And his rookie card to get is that 2002 Bowman Chrome set, the Cole Hamels. Really nice card.
Yeah, it's the same card as what Zach Greinke is in.
Mm-hmm.
And this season's hurting Hamels a little bit, but I still think that he's going to get to 3,000 strikeouts. He doesn't have a lot of wins. I think he has about 160 some wins, but I do think he'll get over 200 wins. But his strikeouts, he averages, close to 200 strikeouts a season. So if he pitches 3 more seasons, he should easily topple the 3,000 strikeout club. And this is a nice card, and I just got this card recently, and this is not that hard to find.
Yeah. It helps that he's in the Phillies uniform, right? You being a big
That helped
Phillies
a little
fan.
bit.
Yeah.
That helped
All
a
right.
little bit.
Okay. Next is Garrett Cole again, and he currently has 1,336 strikeouts and is on pace for 3,244.
Yeah, and again, that card is just it went up a lot last year. You could have got this card last year for under $20,
Mhm.
and then when he went to from Pittsburgh to Houston, it just it really started to go up. Now, of course, he's with the major market team like the Yankees.
Yep.
That's why I'm saying right now you can still get this card in a Gem Mint 10 and at a very, very affordable price. But look at the strikeouts. I mean, 1,336 strikeouts in 7 seasons is that's a lot.
Yep.
So he's on pace for 3,000 for sure.
Okay, next we'll have Zach Greinke again. And he currently has, 2,622 strikeouts and is on pace for 3,146.
His strikeouts are almost identical to Cole Hamels. Same card, same rookie year,
Mm-hmm.
and almost identical strikeouts. But his win numbers are way above Cole Hamels' wins numbers. But yeah, I think that on pace for 3146 is a little low. But I take wear and tear into consideration. I think he's going to go higher than that if he stays healthy.
And next on the list is, again, Madison Bumgarner. And he currently has 1,794 strikeouts and is on pace for 3,098.
Yeah, I think he's going to squeak in. Um, he's a left-handed pitcher, has a great changeup, great slider. He's only 30 years old. This is the reason why I have him in both lists is because of his age. He's only 30, and like I said, he doesn't throw overpoweringly hard that puts any strain on his body. And at 30 years old, if he pitches till 40, I mean,
Yeah.
double them strikeouts at 3,400. But again, I took a few hundred off because of you never know what happens to a pitcher. But I think he'll squeak in.
Okay. Number 8 on the list is Steven Strasburg again. He's on both lists, and he currently has 1,695 strikeouts and is on pace for 3,051.
Yeah, yeah, and I'd like to see him start winning some awards, getting a Cy Young, which I
Mhm.
definitely think in his career he's going to win one, maybe even two. So I think he still has room to grow to get even better.
All right. Next up is Jon Lester. He's with a 2006 Bowman Chrome rookie card to get, and he currently has 2,355 strikeouts and is on pace for 2,859.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to get in. He's close, um, but he's going to be in the outside looking in. So I'm not sure what to think of Jon Lester right now, as far as him getting into the Hall of Fame. I think he's going to finish with over 200 wins and just under 3,000 strikeouts. He really needs to get to 3,000 strikeouts to get in. That'll definitely help him out. And his average on strikeouts it's just a little below it, but we'll see. I mean, it's a nice looking card too.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just hope we get at least half of the Major League Baseball season this year, and that would definitely really help. So
Yeah, these guys are losing stats this year.
big time, especially the older guys like him.
Yeah,
So
guys like him and Cabrera, and they're closing in on milestones.
yeah. All right. The last guy on the list is David Price. And he currently has 1,981 strikeouts. Is on pace for 2,806.
Yeah, his strikeouts for 12 seasons is really good, but what's hurting him is his age at 34 years old. He's going to need to turn it up, and this season definitely is hurting someone like David Price to get to 3,000 strikeouts. Uh, he might finish at 2,700 strikeouts, but again, him and Jon Lester are my two biggest question marks on both these lists. But he's a wait and see.
Yep. So that was the last 3,000 strikeout guy. And I looked up, and there's currently 18 pitchers with 3,000 strikeouts. So with 10 on our list here, potentially, in 10 or so years, this 18 pitchers could go, up to 28. So
Hmm.
that's pretty amazing. So
Yeah,
the rise of these 3,000 strikeout guys is definitely going to go above all these wins
yeah,
lists.
yeah. And you said there's 18 guys on the 3,000 strikeout club. 14 of them are in the Hall of Fame, and the four that aren't is Kurt Schilling, who's going to get in. Roger Clemens, let's face it, eventually is going to get in
Hmm.
either by the voters or by the veterans. And the other two, Justin Verlander, who's still pitching, and CC Sabathia, who just retired.
Yeah.
So 3,000 strikeouts is kind of a lock. You know, you might not get in right away like Schilling, but you know that it definitely
Hmm.
is going to be a huge plus for these guys to get in, especially when 300 wins is like a done thing now. It's not happening.
Yeah. And I also want to mention that there's links to like the stats for Baseball Reference to all these players in the description of the video. So if you want to look up, where we got all our information, definitely check it out.
Yep.
So, anything else you want to mention before we close this episode out?
No, I mean, this was really fun to do. It was a lot
Yeah.
harder than I thought because of the way the game has changed today with these pitchers. You know, the wins is, like I said, the wins is kind of like it's becoming an overrated stat now. So that's why I looked at the 3,000 strikeout club a little bit more in tune to that than the 300 wins. It's just the
Yep.
game is different today.
Yep. With all the sabermetrics and the FIP and the WHIP and the ERA plus, and I'm even reading this book about it, learning about it, advanced sabermetrics right now. It's yeah, the game is definitely changing. So
Yeah, I mean, who knows? You might see a
yeah,
guy get into the Hall of Fame with under 200 wins,
yeah.
but he'll have a lot of strikeouts. His ERA could be great.
Hmm.
The wins, I think, are starting to become slowly out the door.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you putting this list together for us, Ray, and
No, no problem.
yeah, and just yeah, having another episode with you to talk sports cards.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for everyone for tuning in.
Yep. All right. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.